Hi everyone, welcome back. As you probably know that the Chinese traditional festival, Mooncake Festival, is coming soon. So in this series, I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious Cantonese style sweet mooncake. However, in this video, I'm not going to show you the whole process of making it. I'm just going to show you the first ingredient, which is invert syrup. It's a really essential ingredient for the mooncake, especially Cantonese style mooncake to be specific. And if you are really interested into homemade mooncake, please do subscribe and stay tuned for my new update, which will be probably in a few days. So the chemistry of making the invert syrup is fairly easy. So you just break down the sucrose, which is also known as the white sugar or table sugar, by some acid into the fructose and the glucose, and it will become a mixture of the three types of sugar. And to do that, I'm going to put in a saucepan with, this is 150 milliliter of water, along with 50 milliliter of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice always, okay? So the lemon juice will create the acidic environment for the syrup. And the last, the star of this dish, of course, 200 grams of white sugar. And always remember that you have to put the liquid in first and then add in the sugar. So now everything is in, and I'm going to turn the heat to medium heat. So you can get a spatula or anything, okay, to help you to gently stir. So now I have already put everything in it. So basically this is as simple as that. You just let the water evaporate, let the syrup to reach 115 degrees Celsius. You can use a thermometer to test the temperature, or you can just by looking at the color of the syrup. But I found that temperature is always tell you the truth. However, besides making the syrup, you also need to keep two important tips in mind. The first one is that do not stir it once the sugar is dissolved into the water, because once the sugar dissolves into the water, it's under a super saturated solution environment. So once you stir it, you will break the balance and the sugar will start to crystallize and to affect the texture of your syrup. Secondly, you also need to keep in mind that once the water evaporates, the sugar crystal may be formed on the edge of your saucepan. So what you need to do is just get a little brush with some water and to brush off the crystal, let it dissolve back into your syrup. It's really important to keep in mind these two tips, and you can make a really beautiful and clear invert syrup for your mooncake in no time. So I will see you in 40 minutes and I will show you my syrup, okay? Now after around 45 minutes, the water evaporated and the syrup becomes a really deep and rich color, almost like amber. However, I mentioned before that the temperature we are looking for is 115, but that is the standard invert syrup temperature. To make the invert syrup for the mooncake, the temperature has to go up a little bit, around 120. So this is exactly 120, and the color, as you can see, is really, really nice. And then now I'm going to let it cool down, and then later I will show you how viscous it will become. Now I have already transferred them into a big jar like this, and usually I will let it sit for around 3 days to 1 week. And you can definitely start making the mooncake just 1 day after making the syrup, but it just will give you a better result if you let it sit for a bit longer. Anyway, I think that's it for today. In next video, I'm going to show you how to make mooncake dough as well as the filling, and then you can make a really